What's going on, everyone? Paul Donis Maximus here. One of the questions I get asked the most in the comments is about character consistency. People are wanting to know the best ways to keep their characters consistent, and they may or may not know which tools actually help you to pull this off. Because although there are a lot of AI image generators out there that purport to be able to do image editing, if you weren't using a tool like Flora AI, which is what I have on the screen right here, then you may end up wasting money on a subscription thinking you're getting something where you're not. And not to worry, I'm going to walk through all of that in this video, but what I want to do in this video in particular is I want to share with you a free workflow that you guys can use for character consistency, because this is something that I'm actually about to go through in our training in the AI Cinematographer's Playbook. I'm currently doing a huge refresh on the training, and this right here is actually part of the module. Now, what you guys may or may not remember is that I did a project in the past with Clean 3.0 when it came out, where I took an AI character and made consistent scenes with her, and it was sort of a day in the life of this AI character. And believe it or not, this is the exact same workflow I used for that particular video that you could watch on the channel. I think I actually set it as the channel trailer. And what I'm going to be doing with my students is essentially giving them a lazy way to kickstart their AI short film, doing exactly what I did, which is taking an AI character and sequencing it so that it tells a story from beginning, middle, and end. And this is going to be one of the multiple ways that I'm going to be showing my students how to kick this off. And with that said, let's revisit some of the current ways to actually create consistent characters, and I'll let you know which method I currently prefer. One of the popular ways that you can do this is with a character sheet, and I do believe I shared this prompt with you guys in the Airtable database. So if you're in the AI Cinematographer's Playbook, be sure to check that out under the image editing tab. And as a side note, if you're currently not a student in the AI Cinematographer's Playbook, then just know that you can save up to 20% off of the course if you become a YouTube channel member. I'll leave the link to that so that you can find out more information below the video. Or if you don't want to become a channel member and you want to enroll directly in the training, then be sure to scan the QR code on your screen, or again, check the link below this video and go ahead and enroll today. Now, to be honest with you, I've not done much with the character sheet method yet. I just wanted to make sure that I could actually pull it off and just kind of set it to the side and said I'll come back to this. But just know that this is an option, and it looks like a pretty clean and straightforward option. Now, out of these generations, Nana Banana Pro and Nana Banana 2 worked, with GPT Image 2 crashing out as usual. Another option is one I've shown you in a previous video with the shots feature within Higgsfield. If you come under their apps tab, they've got this shots feature. It gives you 9 unique shots for one image, and I've actually had a lot of success with this method in the past. Again, what it does is give you 9 individual shots from one image. You could come right here and select them individually, or if you go under the image tab, you'll find the grid intact. And this is how I've used it in the past without making any modifications, because a lot of times the grid comes out pretty good. But currently, my preferred method is to break all of this out within Flora AI, because this gives me way more control over all of the outputs. That's going to help to build the element, which I'll show you in a minute, that locks onto my consistent character. And this may look a bit complicated. I promise you that it's not. These prompt boxes are essentially the same thing, but the only thing that changes is what the prompt direction is. It's like change only the following. And then also what I like about Flora is that the generator itself, this is Claude Sonnet 4.6, but it's just a text box or a text node. It came up with the actual titles. So this 3/4 face left, face and head, that's exactly what we're getting right here. And again, all of these are titled. So if for some reason this output doesn't match this title, which it kind of doesn't, it says waist up, but you know, it's a full body shot. Let's see what the other one did. So yeah, I mean, I rolled this a few times or a couple of times, and I guess that's still not waist up, but anyway, we get it. For the most part, it follows the directions, like this pure right profile, close up, face and head. That's what we're getting. And again, the reason I like this is because what happened was I cloned this and I ran it a few times, and I kept getting images that had the same pose. And I'm like, well, if this is supposed to be a back facing shot, like if we're supposed to be seeing what she looks like from behind, why does this keep showing up? You know, why does the front facing shot? And so I looked at the prompt. I was like, okay, well, I guess I copied the prompt from the previous prompt and it had the same thing and nothing changed. And I was able to go edit it and now it does what I needed to do. But what's really cool about this is Flora has something called elements. And what you can do is you can take these images, you download them onto your hard drive, and then you upload them here. You just say new element. And again, you upload your images. You may want to upscale them first. And then when you have that element, you can say add to canvas. And the only thing that I hate sometimes is I don't know where that thing shows up. Like, I actually don't think it showed up. So let me just try again. Elements, add to canvas. Where did it go? That's the second time that happened. So what if I did this? Okay, so maybe it works a little bit better. Okay, so here's one. So that's the one thing I don't like. I'm gonna give them some feedback about that because sometimes these things appear, you don't have any idea where they went. And I know I did this twice. So yeah, here's the other one right here. So just be on the lookout for that. I would recommend just dragging it to the canvas like I just did. But again, what this is, it contains those 11 images that if you highlighted all of these and you can click download all and then bring them in to Flora as an element. I named this one Silver Sadie or Silver Sod if we want to do something different with that. But all of that lends itself to some of the testing that I was doing up here, to where I was taking my consistent character and compositing it in with either backgrounds that I generated in Midjourney, which turned out pretty good. It didn't at first, and sometimes it doesn't always. So, you know, in the training, we're going to be talking about all of the various ways to make this work, because I'm not going to get into that in this video. This was just to kind of show you what I'm giving you with this workflow so that you know how to use it and what it's going to be used for. Because again, ultimately what we're doing is what I did with the AI character in the pink dress, which is generating a different scenes with your AI character, sequencing them all together, and this will allow you to have something that you can share on some place like YouTube or X. If you remember, that sequence that I did with Clean 3.0 was about a minute and some change, and it's probably what we're going to aim for with this particular project. But I just want to let you know that it's not something to where we're just going to take the consistent character and run a 15-second gen and post it somewhere like, hey, look how cool this is. We're going to put a bit more thought into this entire project. And again, what we'll get into in the actual training is how to actually make this work when you're trying to do compositing, because there are some things that will make this look a bit weird. You start to experience a lot of drift in your characters, and one of those certain situations were if the background is very complex, then the more drift I noticed in my AI character. So for instance, this is a image that I got from Midjourney right here with the prompt that I used that I got from Claude, and sometimes it looks good, but it does tend to drift a bit like there, and you know, it does kind of get a bit weird. There's some drift right there, and there's some drift. So I've noticed that it does not do that as much when you are using a less complex background. So for instance, this one right here, it's indoors, it looks pretty badass, and you can get something like this, which looks more in line with the consistent character that we're building over here. Or, you know, you just keep looking until you find something that does, because even with the other project that I showed you guys with the chick in the pink dress, there were some gens that kind of drifted, but then you get gens that actually work out. And the reason I like this method is because it's all right here on the same canvas, so I can easily just kind of take a look and see, and then kind of match that with something going on over here to see, hey, you know, how close is it to my original character? And yeah, that just kind of reinforces why you would want to use a workflow like this. Now, here's the other thing you need to be aware of. I'm going to put another element back on this canvas right here, and I need to show you this, because this is when we truly find out who can really do image editing, despite there being a bunch of claims from various AI image models. When it comes to being able to composite these scenes like I was doing over here, it turns out only Nano Banana 2, Nano Banana Pro, GPT Image 2, Asterisk, Riverflow 2.0 Pro, Asterisk can do the job. And the reason I say Asterisk is because of this. As you can see right here on this node, Nano Banana 2, Nano Banana Pro, they'll take up to 14 images. But if you do something with GPT Image 2, it's going to tell you this node has 11 input images. GPT Image 2 will only do the first 10, and you're going to get that same message for Riverflow. And the thing is, it's not going to run. It's just going to time out. So you would think, okay, well, maybe it'll just, you know, ignore the extra image and then just do 10. It's not going to do that. So you would actually have to create another element like I did right here with this Terry character. I had one that was 8 images and one that was 13, and that was because I wanted to try it out with GPT Image 2 and Riverflow 2.0 Pro, and it turned out to be a waste of time. They didn't look good at all, and that's why I didn't even bother doing that with this particular character right here, because honestly the only choice for this as of this video is Nana Banana 2 and Nana Banana Pro. So again, you know, if you do this elements setup to where you want to get maximum character consistency, because you're essentially giving the AI more data about your character, and then having the room to take other images like what I showed you and then composite that with your AI consistent character. Again, your only choices: Nana Banana Pro, Nana Banana 2, GPT Image 2, Riverflow 2.0, and Seedream 4.5. No one's really using that anymore. That's Riverflow. So again, regardless of what the claims are out there, I'm showing you right here, this is the deal. And thankfully it works pretty good. And what I did is I cloned that workflow that I was just showing you guys, and I'm going to actually give you a copy of it for free. So it doesn't matter if you're in the training or not, we will be using this workflow in the training, in the refresh that we're doing, but you don't have to be enrolled in the training to use this workflow. You'll find the link to this workflow below the video. And if you are not with Flora AI, you can use our partner link for this workflow. You'll get started for free. They'll give you a certain amount of credits, and if you run out of those credits, you can then subscribe. But here's the cool thing about our partner link: if you do decide to subscribe to Flora, you'll receive 25% off your first 12 months with Flora AI. So again, here's the distinction: if you just went over to Flora AI and you signed up, you're going to get the regular rate. But if you use our partner link below this video, your first month, your second month, your third month, all the way through your 12th month, you will receive a 25% discount using our partner link. You can find all of that in the description below this video. But again, what it's going to come with is I gave you guys an AI character and another one, and so that you don't have to go and try to do all of this one by one, all you have to do is, I'm going to scroll up here right here, and what you want to do is just say replace node content. It's going to ask you to upload an image, and I've got this other image here just to show you that that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to replace this one out with this one, but I'm going to have to bring it in from my drive. So 1 second. And so I just brought in that image, and it's going to replace the image that you saw with this image right here. And so let me just delete that so that it's not confusing. And I'm going to back up back here. And because this is in a field, everything within this field is going to run once I hit this play button. And again, the benefit of this is that you don't have to go and connect all this stuff one by one, which is what I did yesterday, not paying attention. And then I found out about this, and I'm like, oh, well, hell, I just click replace, and then all of these are going to run, and then that character is going to be the one with all of the different angles that appears here. And while we're waiting for these to generate, I went ahead and brought that other image back in here. Let's see if some of these are starting to pop. Yep, so here's one. Back view, this is hands view, perfect. And this one probably needs to run again. What's going on? So yeah, some of these are kind of like wigging out, but you know, you can go and rerun these. It's just something going on with Nana Banana, but I don't want to spend too much time on this video trying to run all of these until they show up, but that's basically how it would work. Maybe Nana Banana is having issues right now, which doesn't surprise me because oftentimes we'll get notifications from any AI generator that you're using that, hey, such and such is down right now. We're working to resolve it. We'll let you guys know. You can always find out the latest and greatest on all of this stuff by joining any and all of the AI tools that you use on Discord. I highly recommend you do that. But the other good thing about this is that when you run into these issues like that, you don't get charged any credits. But again, you know, just go in here and run this yourself because it does work, as I'm showing you right here. Just going back to the previous generations. And that's the other thing I like about Flora is you can set these however you want them in terms of going back to what things were in the previous generation. And this looks exactly how it was when I showed you guys when we came here earlier. But to test this out for yourself, be sure to go below the video and download this workflow from Flora. So again, if you're a student in the AI Cinematographer's Playbook, be sure to be checking your email over the next week or so because I've already recorded a lot of these lessons. I just have to edit them and then upload them to the training. But this will be what we'll be walking through using using this method to get all of your scenes and sequencing them together to make a stupid simple AI short film sequence, just to give you confidence that you can actually do this. Gives you a better understanding of how a story can progress, beginning, middle, and end, without having to get too crazy and having to really understand a lot of principles and fundamentals of screenwriting, of story. All of that stuff is very important, but what I'm trying to get you guys is a quick win, and I believe I'm going to be able to do that with this particular training. So again, if you're not a student in the AI Cinematographer's Playbook, then if you want to save up to 20% off, then consider becoming a channel member. All of that information is below the video. But again, if you want to just go ahead and enroll directly in the training and check out some of the other bonus material that we have, then be sure to look for the link below the video as well, or scan the QR code on your screen and enroll today. And once again, if you enjoyed this video, then please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, because that does help us out here. And if you're interested in even more Flora AI tips and tutorials, especially dealing with consistent characters, then be sure to check out this playlist on your screen right now.